In this video, we will go through the summary of Chapter 6, discussing exam style questions and exam tips as well. So let's start with the automated systems. First of all, there is automated systems. A simple definition is that automated systems is a system designed to work automatically using microprocessors, actuators, and sensors. They are used in industries, transportation, science, agriculture, weather, entertainment. Before we get any further, make sure you get yourself familiar with the diagrams and diagrams of the industries, as there are questions in exam regarding drawing them, and make sure to attach your summary notes and diagrams as well, so that you can just check yourself out. The exam tip here is an examination. You get scenario based questions like Jamila has a greenhouse. Basically, the system will open a window and turn a heater if it gets too hot, close a window and turn a heater if it gets too cold. Describe how the system uses the temperature sensor and the microprocessor to maintain the temperature in the greenhouse. Now, this is how to answer the question. They are mostly a 4 to 6 marks. You kind of have to write 6 points or 4 points. So, take this for example. The temperature sensor continuously measures the temperature in the greenhouse. It sends the data to microprocessor as it compares the data sent with the preset values. If temperature is too high, it sends signals to the actuator. The actuator opens the window and switches off the heater. If the temperature is too low, it closes the window and switches off the heater. The process repeats continuously to maintain the requirements. In this example, we have fulfilled the question requirement and obtained all 6 marks. In this scenario, it was a 6 marks question, so that's why. In the exam, you get sensors mentioned in the question, or sometimes depending on the question, you need to write them down yourself. So these are all the sensors you kind of need to memorize. LDR sensor, it is a light sensor. Temperature sensor measures degree of hot and cold. Pressure sensor measures how hard something is pushing. Example, air in a tire, Moisture and humidity sensor detects water and moisture. Proximity sensor detects nearby objects. Infrared sensor detects heat and movement. Where ultrasonic sensors detects heat, pH sensors detects acidity. The typical question comes in between 2 or 4 marks, just 2 or 4 marks of the advantages and disadvantages. So you can choose any 4 of them to memorize, and you find it easy in case you get 6 mark question. So you must memorize at least 6 points. That's why. So the advantages include faster than humans, cheaper in long run, can work 24/7, means continuously, reduce labor costs, more efficient than humans, effective use of limited resources, high accuracy, low to no errors, less risk to humans in dangerous environments such as production of paracetamol or nuclear weapons. The disadvantages would include loss of employment, loss of human skills, expensive to maintain, risk of data loss and malfunction, high initial costs, continuous monitoring required, and less flexibility than humans. Now, robotics. Robotics, it is the science of making robots. They are used in variety of industries and areas, including industries, homes, and drones. Note that robotics is a completely different industry from artificial intelligence, as most of the robots perform repetitive tasks. There are mainly 2 types of robots. There are dependent, they need instruction, and independent, that do not need instructions. Now, there are characteristics of a robot. They have the ability to sense the surroundings. They have a degree of movement depending on the programming, and a programmability, that we can program it. Now, the use of robots in various industries. They are used in industries, transportation, agriculture, medicine, household, and entertainment. Now, there are advantages and disadvantages of robotics. Advantages are its increased efficiency, energy and cost saving, safer to use, faster, more accurate, eco-friendly, can work in hazardous situations, consistency and quality of the product, high development and maintenance costs, risk of malfunction, limited creativity, privacy concerns, maintenance issues, and job displacement. Now, personally, I don't think this is the topic most of the students aren't familiar with, but anyways, this is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, AI, is a field of computer science that has the ability to stimulate human-like intelligence. Example, GPT, that has been used by hundreds or millions of students in nowadays. So there are two types of AI, expert AI and machine learning AI. We are going to talk about it just in a minute. Well, the AI is divided into three categories: narrow AI, general AI, and strong AI. Narrow AI has superior performance compared to human in specific tasks. General AI, it does not have superior performance compared to human in specific tasks. And superior AI, strong AI, has superior performance in every task compared to the human. Now, as we talk about the types of AI, we'll talk about expert systems now. Expert systems, a form of AI that mimics human knowledge and expertise using knowledge base and inference rule to solve problems and answer questions. The key definitions would be knowledge base, user interface, inference engine, and rule base. Knowledge base contains facts and expert knowledge. User interface, interaction method basically, like UI. Inference engine applies rules and finds match. Rule base uses logical reasoning. Sometimes you're asked to write it down in the filling blanks. Working of an expert systems. It gathers expert knowledge, building knowledge base and rule base, set up the inference engine, develop UI, test the accuracy. This is how a typical expert system works. Now, both machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning, it is a subset of AI algorithm that learns from the past data to make predictions and decisions, decides it, okay? Handles large database, improves accuracy, and automates complex tasks. It has the reasoning type of thing. The basic, type of it is, example of it is basically machine learning, which contains both search engine and spam detection, both examples. Now the deep learning. Deep learning is multiple layers to process complex data. It is better at tasks like face recognition but requires a large amount of data and computer power. Now there is a differentiation table of all three. You can read it yourself. Okay, now the exam style question. Describe how the sensor and the microprocessor are used to maintain the correct conditions in the fish tank. It's a 4 marks. Now, a temperature sensor, thermistor, a fancy name for it, continuously measures the water temperature in the fish tank. The temperature sensor sends the data to the microprocessor. The microprocessor compares the measured temperature with the preset value stored in the memory. If the temperature is too high or too low, the microprocessor sends signals to the actuator to correct the condition, and the process repeats continuously. If the process repeats continuously, you can see a lot of examples. You'll see a lot of example answers. You'd see that in the last it is that it's a cycle, it's repeating. Okay, now the second question: what safeguard are needed to stop the fish tank temperature rising too high? It is basically the part B of this question, you can say. So a temperature limit should be set, and when it rises too much, it should be turned off immediately. Now there's a self-test question. You can try it out yourself. I'll read the question out for you. A theme park has a game where a player tries to run from the start to the finish without getting wet. The system for the game uses sensor and a microprocessor to spray water at the player as they run past touch sensor. Describe how the sensor and the microprocessor are used in the system. It is of 6 marks. I have attached the answer in the comment box. You can check it out yourself, but I'll encourage that you try it yourself and then you go and check it out.